Yay, I got it. Sorry. My bad. You're good.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's Deep South Live every Sunday, 5 p.m. Today, we got a fun, healthy, easy meal to go on your kettle grill. Today, of course, we're using our Weber, having lots of fun. We got a nice one today. It's kind of a spoof off of something right out of Gordon Ramsay's kitchen and Hell's Kitchen. So I thought it would only be appropriate going into Hell's Kitchen week. If you're not excited, I know I am. So we're going to make kind of a spoof off of one of those dishes. Say we're going to do a pan-seared skin-on salmon. So I know skin-on salmon is it's very intimidating for a lot of people. We're going to show you how to do it. And again, I'm going to show you kind of if you want to take the skin off, you could do it that as well. And I'll show you how to do that. Today, I do have a nice, beautiful Atlantic salmon. I do have my grill already started up. Make sure I got my right settings on. I'm full wide open in the bottom. Yep, see, there we go. Make sure I'm full wide open, getting that airflow. But we do got our kettle grill rolling and getting nice and hot. So while we are working on all of this, I'm going to show you the salmon and what we got going on. If you see this magic blue bag off to the side, no, this is not Mary Poppins' bag, but it is a crazy hot day for fall weather. I'm going to put fall in quotations because you know how it is here in the South. We have these false falls that happen. This is going to be like Mary Poppins' bag. I'm going to keep pulling things out of it today. It's just going
Orlando's in the house.
Orlando's in the house. What's up, Orlando? Glad you can make it. So first things first, I'm going to start getting our cream sauce working. So to do that, I got just a little bit of white onion, or you could use shallot, a couple thyme sprigs, a little bit of garlic. It's kind of going to get that rolling. I'm going to hit this with a little bit of heavy cream. Now, heavy cream is kind of a cheat code. I know there's lots of traditional people that are going to kind of bark at this because that's not how you would traditionally do a butter sauce. But the heavy cream is going to help this be a little bit more stable. So it's not going to break on us. We're not going to have a big, goopy, buttery split oil mess. So I'm going to set this off.
Victoria says hello.
Hey! There we go.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. All right. So I'm going to have that heating up over here onto the side as well. Now let's start getting into the salmon. I did bring some gloves just so I wouldn't be an unsanitary mess. I'm going to show you what I've done to it so far, just so everybody's in the loop. Because if you buy this from the store, most likely you're going to have to do some extra steps, which we're going to do, 2 or 3 of the steps. But there's one that I kind of did before we got on camera, just because it's a little bit of a hassle and it's a super big mess. And that is skinning it. Or sorry, scaling it. So most likely you're going to have scales all over this. If you run your hand even there, like I still got 1 or 2 stragglers on there. So we're going to kind of peel those down. But you're definitely going to want to, you can get your knife. You can get your knife. And you can go against the grain, and that'll help pull it off. A spoon, if again, depends on the freshness and where it's from and the style salmon that it is, going to help kind of depict on how easy that is. Now we got to do parts 2 and 3. So again, I'm going to do skin on. I'm going to show you if you wanted to do skin off what you could do. First things first, we need to trim this up a little bit. It's kind of all over the place. We need some nice evenness to it. So first things first, you see this kind of fat line down here where it kind of thins out. We're going to cut all of that off. Now, this is not waste. This could easily go to smoked salmon dip, maybe some smoked or you could grill it off maybe and make some salmon croquettes out of it. So it's not waste. It's just not what we need right here. Now, if you were going to go skin off, if your team's skin off, all you've got to do is get your handy dandy knife. This is a great one. Now we kind of fit the mold to fit this through. This is one of the bigger fillets. You always got the weird chef, scimitar knife. And so this is, again, it's traditionally what we use to break down fish because of that curved angle that allows you to get through. But you would essentially take right here, get flat, hold this, and then just work your way all the way down if you were going to do skin off. Now, again, we're not going to do that today for what we've got going on. We're going to do skin on. I'm into that crispy skin. So I'm going to even up the spot right here. Again, smoked salmon, dip next time. Checking for pin bones just in case my fish guy didn't complete the job. Look for some nice 7-ounce portions. Again, it shouldn't be a big fight. Oh, perfection. All right. Now, if we were to drop this as is, we would essentially, it would crinkle up and essentially the fish would kind of do this weird concavey thing here. So we need to score the skin on here to keep the skin down flat onto our hot skillet here. So we'll take it. Just kind of bunch it. The major. Yeah. Last piece. It's a little bit wider, so I'm probably going to add a third cut onto this one just because of its thickness or its width. All right. Now it's time to season up and get everything ready to go. So skin side is going to be presentation side. So I'm going to flip to the other side first. I don't know if you could see this, but I got 2 cutting boards. So I got another one down below it. So I want to keep all my fish juices up on this upper board. There we go. So what?
What you season it with?
Seasoning it with salt and pepper. We got a lot of flavor going in on the citrus salad that's going to be topping it off. So I don't want to be overcomplicating. You know, last week we did that pork chop and we were putting paprika and chili powder. I'm really trying to impact as much flavor as possible. But 2 things. One, with a good, clean fish, we don't want to be adding too much to it. It's kind of my thing with fish. People try to overcomplicate it. You can't taste the cleanness of the fish. So we end up overpowering it very easily. And I really want the flavors of everything else we're doing to accent the to accent the fish, not take over the fish. All this lemon and citrus that we're adding in is just gonna really embolden the salmon flavor. All right, so we're going to use a nice clean oil with a high smoke point. So we're going to use some avocado oil. Again, I'm not wanting to do too much oil. So I added probably, 2 tablespoons. Again, mix it around. Again, I got my cream sauce still working over here off to the side. And I'm going to put these skin down. And I don't want this heat to be too high. Ooh, I don't know if that got the right sound, but let me see if I could put this thing a little closer and get that sound. Yeah. That's amazing sound. Clip back. Bow. Again, we want that to be nice and slow. We're going to render this about 80% on one side. We got to come back to this other piece. That's perfectly fine. I'm not wanting to rush it. So I'm going to sit this over to this other skillet I got off to the side. All right. Chop this down over here. Get this board out of our way. No more Mr. Fishy Fishy. All right, again, we're just going to continue to let that go. We're going to cook it 80%. The goal is just to kind of flip it over, get that last little bit of cooking through on the other side.
That sizzling, baby. They can hear that.
They can hear that sizzle. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Again, if you got any questions on where we're at so far, please make sure that you ask it in the comment box. I'd love to answer. Sometimes as chef, we take things for granted a little bit. We just assume people know what we're doing, or you know what I mean? Like, so we're just so used to it. I guess it's probably kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Like being around a doctor and they're just talking about open heart surgery like the rest of us understand it. Sometimes chefs get that way a little bit with food. So I am going to put a couple pieces of lemons over here on the grill. That's going to be our garnish here in a little bit. Let's start building up this salad. Again, that's just going to work over there for the next 10, 15 minutes. Let's start building up this delicious salad that we got. So let's pull out our Mary Poppins bag. What we got going on. Now, before we get into this bag, let's talk about the tool that I'm about to use. This is probably one of the most loved and hated pieces of equipment inside of a kitchen. This is, a cheap, Susie homemaker version of what we call a mandolin inside of a professional kitchen. It is basically a plate, and then it's got a blade right here. And sometimes you can flip it over, and it's got French fry blades, another thing you can add onto it. But you hold it, you slide down. Now, this thing obviously does not differentiate between your fingertips and these carrots. So they do make, on these newer models, they do make guards and things like that. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you use that. Don't be a superhero. You don't have to be too cool for school. Use it. All right. It's all good. This is an old school one. I don't have that as an option. I wish I did sometimes. Most of my scars that I've got on my fingers, though, have come from one of these, just in an industrial size. I have shaved my finger, 1/10 or an eighth of an inch many times, and it does not feel good. You don't realize how many things touch the pads of the ends of your fingers until you cut one off. So the big thing with this, we're going to keep our hands tucked up tight, and we're going to go down, and then don't feel like you got to be a superhero and get all the way down to the bottom nub. Again, make sure that we're keeping our fingers clear of that blade. So let's check out our items. There's our asparagus we're going to use here in just a minute. So first things first is fennel. Again, we're going to get our bowl, take our fennel. Again, keep my hands tucked up. And since I don't have a safety guard on this one, get down to where I feel safe and be done. Carrots is next. There we go. This is a nice, beautiful, I think they call them purple star. Ooh. Little purple star carrots, nice, beautiful color to them. Then we have our normal carrot. We chop this down so that's not super awkward. You can also put it down on an angle, if you really want to get it. But again, that makes it more unstable. So it's more than likely you're going to hit that blade and want to turn your hand down and catch your thumb or something on there. Again, keep your thumbs flat, everything tucked away. Please, 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 please keep your thumbs tucked away. All right, next thing, a little bit of celery. Now, I've already pre-peeled the celery. Same thing with that carrots. Again, you don't want any of that rib bits from the celery on there. It's going to kind of make it an unpleasant texture. All right. Starting to notice my salmon on one side's getting more done than the other. So I'm going to get my salmon and I'm just going to give them a little bit of a turn. All right. If you need to, you can kind of peek underneath there if it's ready to release. If it's not ready to release yet, you're definitely not ready to be messing with it. But if you see you're burning on one side, I got all my heat concentrated on one side, kind of like what we did last week. A little charred lemons we're going to bring back over here. Again, going to be a nice little garnish. Oh, one went into the lemons. That's fine. There we go. Wouldn't be a good day until you drop something in the wrong spot, right? All right, back to our salad. So we've got our shaved fennel. We've got some beautiful carrots. Next, for our mandolin work, we need some radishes. Nice, beautiful, earthy radishes to kind of get it very vibrant, colorful, but also adds like that right kind of earthiness and kind of bite and spice. Again, I'm not going to be a superhero. I ain't taking this all the way down to the absolute nubs. Don't do it. Don't be a hero. I'm not going to lie, as a chef, this thing scares me. It really does. Say what? My next end piece? Oh, I thought you had something to share. She's just going to make a snack over there out of them. We love radishes at our house. It's one of our things that we typically grow once a year. Or early spring, we'll drop down a bunch of radishes. I had a microgreen business that I had while we lived in Starkville. And that was a lot of fun too. Man, it is a warm day out here today. One of these days it'll be fall, and I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna enjoy it. All right. Orlando, are you still there by any chance? I gotta ask you a question. As a former Floridian, I got a question for you. Let's see if he responded in.
I have always wanted to buy a mandolin, but he's scared of it.
Don't be scared of it. Just use the just make sure that you're just using it properly. Keep your hands tucked away. It's, again, it's one of those things where it could be an amazing tool. You've not had good potato chips until you fried your own potato chips. And that's what you need to do it with. So again, don't be scared of it. Just use it properly. If I can give like the biggest, advice to it. But this is our salad base so far. We got a couple things we're going to add in to really make it over the top. If you really wanted to flex on some friends. But that's it right there. Let's check on our salmon over here and see where it's at. So we're cooked about, this is a prime example. So let me see if I got a nice thick towel. Bam. Bring it over to you. So I don't know if we got a good angle to see it, but see how beautiful that is right there. It's crispy. It's cooked about halfway through. We're going to give it a nice little flippy flip.
Orlando says when he's cooking, he's having some drinks, and he doesn't think that's always a good combination.
It is a good combination, right?
Drink and the mandolin at the same time.
So, Orlando, I got a question for you. If you're watching college football, we've seen South Florida, we've seen Miami, we've seen the University of Florida play football. Is the University of Miami the real deal? That's what I'm wondering. I'm a Florida Gators fan. I didn't like the way the game went down, but that's the Florida Gators for you. I've been a fan since I was a little boy living in Pensacola. I want to know your thoughts, man. What's your you got a hot take on the game? All right, so we got our cream has thickened up. All right, we got our shallots. We're going to start getting that super citrusy. Oh, almost touched it too soon. I did touch that one too soon. Let's drop it back over.
Gators, baby.
Gators, that's what's up. Chomp, chomp, man. I'm a gator for life, man. Yesterday kind of ate my soul a little bit, but I'll forever be a Florida Gator. All right. So we got our butter sauce here. So now it's time to start making the flavor. Let me get our bag down here out of the way. First thing, of course, we're going to add in our salt and pepper. Then we got our same microplane that we got last week. Again, this is one of my top 5 kitchen tools. If you don't have one, Orlando or anybody else, definitely should get one of these.
You can't cut your finger off on it.
Well, you say you can't cut your finger on it, but if you catch your fingernail up underneath that, it does not feel great.
Doesn't smell good.
Really, kind of liking the lemon zest as it's going over. If I miss, it kind of goes over into the coals. Gives it that amazing smell. Hold on to those lemons because we're going to need it for our juice over here for our vinaigrette. There we go.
He said he's not scared of that one.
It is a lot less intimidating. All right, so I've pulled it over here off from the heat. Let me give our last little piece right here. So this one is ready. There we go. I'm going to add just a little bit of butter at a time and just start kind of whisking. I want to keep it in the warm, but I don't want it over direct heat or the butter is going to split. All right, that's completely dissipated. Let's add in our next couple tablespoons. Total, I'm going to add 2 sticks of butter. Again, if you need to, put it on heat, pull it off heat, put it on heat, pull it off the heat. But if you leave this on a full boil, you'll have a compound, frying oil with cheese looking curd from this heavy cream. It's not a very good looking mix. So I am going to pull this first piece of salmon that is absolutely perfection. Put on, and then let's get our little buddy over here that was waiting. Let's get it added on. Get it slow rolling. All right. Might add a little too much there at the end. We'll give it a shot. Now, in the restaurant world, we would definitely give this a nice big old strain and get all that shallots and stuff out. For home use, I don't really typically do that. I typically just kind of leave it all in there. I like onion, shallot, garlic, and all that stuff in there. And if I'm really, really trying to flex on people, I just, I'm going to spoon it and make sure that it's got the right texture on. So this is made. So let's find our handy dandy cup of spoons. I feel like Dora the Explorer between this backpack and mystery things. Oh, yeah. I am going to add just grab one. And we're going to give that just a little, get out of that really lemony flavor. Again, I'm going to completely get that over here out of the heat. Got those bricks in the center still from last week, so that's helping protect that completely. So let's start to build up our salad, and then we're going to quick grill our asparagus, and we're going to put all this is going to come together really, really quick, actually. So we've got our ingredients here. So let's start getting in our lemon juice. Obviously, use up your lemons that you use for zest first. There we go. Salt and pepper is going to be next. I'm going to give this a little bit of a toss. And then just, again, a little bit of our avocado oil just to kind of add a little fat to it. And then we're going to start getting our asparagus on the grill. And this is really about to be plated here in the next 10 minutes. This is honestly one of the fastest dishes that we've made on this channel. It's kind of amazing me a little bit. So there we go. All right, so I did cheat the asparagus just a little bit, but let me bring it to you and show you what I did. So this is salmon. I got this from, what's that place? Whole Foods. Dear goodness, I got all this from Whole Foods today. So they were originally this long. I cut those bottoms. Those white tips are almost inedible. They've got so much stringy material to it anyways. You're not going to be able to chew through it, so don't waste your time. Cut it off. Yeah, it's straight wood. So what I did, though, is cut that off. I left the rubber band on, created a saltwater bath, and brought it to a boil. And then I did what's called blanching. I took it even still inside the rubber bands to make it easy to get out. Drop it down in that boiling water for literally less than 30 seconds. Pulled it out, shocked it in ice water, and it makes it nice and beautiful and bright green. That helps cook it through. That's going to also help it stay bright, beautiful color. And add just a little bit of our oil. Season them. All right. Man, it smells amazing out here on this grill. I'm looking forward to 4D. I really am. Looking forward to that next level where we can share smells through YouTube. I feel like that's the next natural progression. So, Google and YouTube, let's get on it. Let's make that happen. There we go. I like mine a little bit on the medium side. I know some people like it a little bit more. Some people like it a little bit less. There we go. All right. So while that's finishing up, let's add in our last few ingredients. That's really going to jazz this up. So we're going to...
Awesome tip. Orlando loves asparagus, but did not know about what you said.
Yeah, blanching it. Never in kitchens are we going straight from cut produce like asparagus onto the grill. It's getting blanched. And again, it allows us to speed the process up by 2 or 3 minutes inside of the kitchens. You know, when I would probably take me 5 to 7 minutes to cook it beforehand from full raw. By blanching it, I'm cutting it down to 2 minutes. I'm just flashing it, putting just a slight bit of char on it, and then I'm, putting it on the plate and going. It's really about warming it up. So the salad, I'm adding a little bit of green onions, just a little bit of parsley.
Bobby, no.
Our puppy at that is picking a fight with a 600-pound sow over here off camera. Next, we have some beautiful, in Whole Foods, they have these beautiful edible flowers. These are, I believe, marigolds. Super pretty. I'm going to add a couple in, and then I'm going to garnish the plate with a few right on top as well. And then the last thing that I'm adding in is, Again, this is an add-on. It's just to be extra. You know how us chefs are. We're bougie. We're going to add in some micro radishes. So all together, again, it's to look super bright, fresh. I'm going to bring this over so you can see all the color to it. Look at that right there. Super bright, really fresh salad. Now it is time to put it all together. All right. Let's get all the dangerous stuff out of the way so we can complete this up. Salmon is rested over here. It's really nice. It's got a little, it's crispy on top, but it's got pushed back. It lets me know that it's still medium on the inside. This type of salmon that you get from the stores typically has a little bit of too much, in my opinion, too much fat. That's that kind of white pressing out the sides. So I kind of like to clear that off. You know, just kind of with my fingers, kind of push that off. It's not my favorite thing about salmon. Not looking on that last skin. All right. Let me pull this asparagus back up. All right, let's get to plating. Let's go with our asparagus. I'll go right beside that with our salmon. Butter sauce is looking amazing. Again, it's got that bright citrus notes. That's going to be even brightened more, though, by our citrus salad that we have going on here. So I'm going to bring that to go right on top. Again, because I'm bougie. A little extra flowers on top because it's almost time for the flowers to be done. So I'm going to be bougie before they go out. A little bit more parsley on top. And let's go take a look at it. Let's take a close-up look. And that's it right there. Nice, beautiful, delicious, bright. Let's give it a taste. Again, if you got questions, make sure that you are leaving them in the comments section. Give this last bad boy a flip. Oh, man, that one's looking great. And then this one, just to show that us chefs aren't perfect. You know, I'm going to throw myself under the bus a little bit. You know, every once in a while you'll have this happen. It's not a big deal. It happens to all of us chefs. You know, sometimes that one skin goes awry. Don't throw it away. Don't get worried about it. Just know that that's what chefs do, man. You know, in a kitchen, obviously that would be a remake. Here in the house, that's just going to one of the kids. You know?
Awesome, good chef.
Let's give it a taste. Here, I'll come a little closer just so we see the break on it. Again, oh, that skin is super crispy. Took little effort to break. Really love those citrus notes. Let me break into the very center here so you can see the doneness. See, still very on that medium, maybe medium plus side, but super flaky, super juicy, not dry at all. And then the fat from the sauce mixed with the acidity of the salad. It's so good. I could eat the salad too all day. Oh, man. Look, see, I forgot my, you know, the obligatory charred lemon on the side. Well, this was an amazing time. I'm really excited. My wife and I are traveling up to Connecticut this week for the launch of Hell's Kitchen Season 24. I'm excited. Though I live here in Mississippi and I call Mississippi I've called Mississippi home now for the last just short of 10 years. Georgia has always been my home. That's where, I grew up. It's where I spent a good portion of my life through my middle school and teen and college years. I've worked around all over the country, but there's something about Georgia. The air is just a little bit sweeter. If I could just root for the Georgia Bulldogs and not throw up, it maybe be a little bit better. I still haven't gotten that Georgia yet. I've not been able to say go that word. I haven't been able to do that, but I love my home state. Thank you so much for joining us. It really does mean a lot to me. I really hope to represent you well as we travel up to Hell's Kitchen this week for the grand premiere. Make sure you stay tuned because we're going to be posting content all week while we're up there as we are in Hell's Kitchen, premiering Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay. It's going to be a wild time. So make sure you stick around, you hit subscribe, and we will see you next time here on Deep South Foodies.